Hi guys, I wanted to tell you about my idea of online applications that I'm going to create, and it is going to be called Visionary. It is online application for startups, inventors, developers, all kinds of creative people that need to do a lot of thinking for their job and organize their goal and thoughts, take notes, and come up with new ideas and make plans. For example, set goals and break them down into smaller goals to achieve stuff. I am constantly organizing my goals, creating plans, keeping notebook with thoughts that I come up with. And for the past several years, I was extremely passionate about understanding how creativity works and how to come up with new ideas. And also, on the side note, my mind has this interesting characteristics that when it comes to choosing the software, I I always need to choose the perfect one. I am obsessed with choosing the best tool for my job, and when I mean, tool needs to be perfect, and it is just very important for me for the way I think, for the way I do stuff, and. When I was looking for the best note taking tool and for mind map application, I couldn't find it because all of them suck for different reasons. But I think that now I'm creating startup, and I was thinking about what kind of thing I would want to create, and my idea is that I want to combine my skills and qualities to make a perfect tool for the people I respect the most, thinkers and creators. And I think I'm the perfect dude for creating that kind of stuff because I'm obsessed with organizing, I'm obsessed with making ideas, and I love mind mapping, and I'm constantly taking notes, and I know exactly what that kind of application needs to have. So, uh, there's obviously a lot of competition in this field. There's plenty of mind mapping application. You can find like 30 of them just by a little googling. But they kind of not that pretty and not that interesting. They suck in different ways. For example, they don't have convenient shortcuts, and interface kind of so, and I just couldn't find any one particular application that I would love to use. There is one very interesting application that called Goalscape. It allows you to subdivide your goals into sub goals and adjust their importance and make plans. For example, here you can choose your main goals, subdivide it into several ones, subdivide each of them, and for each you can assign importance and the amount of the work that has been done, and at what level it has been accomplished, and you can take notes about each goal. It's pretty beautiful, it's nice, it's interesting, but it is not actually thinking application, it is goal planning application. But I wanted to create something for coming up with new ideas and just generating like ideas, being creative, etc. So let me tell you about first few basic core features that I want to implement in the first beta version. So you would get the idea about what it will be, what kind of application it's going to be. So here's my sketch. I did it like quickly in 5 minutes. Here is obviously the main mind mapping field where you can place nodes, each of them representing one of your ideas or concepts. And uh, but unlike the most of the mind mapping applications, which have only one level of nodes, for example, here you create one node and just you can create several branches, but basically it is on one, it all exists on one flat surface. Uh, Let me tell you about a little bit about SideFX Houdini, which is absolutely beautiful, brilliant uh, application for creating computer graphics. It is extremely powerful, and one of the reasons it is so powerful and beautiful and cool because it is also based on the very beautiful idea of nodes. Each of nodes is a little small module like a little application in itself that creates some simple task, and you can adjust parameters of each node and combine a lot of them. I mean, like, really a lot, to achieve some very powerful results and create beautiful special effects and etc. And this idea is so wonderful. I just admire the creators of this. It's brilliant on so many levels, and I thought that it will be so incredibly cool to have that kind of thing in my mind mapping application. So instead of just having one level of nodes, you can, after creating one node, dive into it. And for example, you see, just like opening a folder in like Windows Explorer or Finder, you can open a folder, you can open another folder, and each of them contains a lot of nodes that represent some of your ideas or information that you are using. So, and here you can view all of these nodes in very convenient tree view. I mean, I guess you are familiar with it if you well ever used computer before. So it represents all of the data that you have in the very convenient way, and you can delete and rearrange and do whatever you want with the nodes that you have. So this view will contain nodes, and you will be able to dive into each of them and have several levels of networks, each representing an idea. And here's the tree view, and here's the parameters of each node. I will explain that in a little bit of more detail later. Well, the next feature that I want to have in my application is well, based on another beautiful application that I admire. It is Emacs. Emacs is extremely powerful text editor, and it has this beautiful feature called org mode, which I am constantly, just all the time, using for note taking and for organizing my ideas and for thinking. And basically, it's a simple idea that you can collapse and expand text. You can create several levels of headings and collapse them and expand them, and very conveniently rearrange them between each other. For example, you can switch them, and you can collapse and expand and create new ones. And it is so convenient to organize your thoughts. And for example, you can imagine, like, if you are a writer and writing a book, obviously you want to organize it into chapters. Each of the chapters you want to organize into subchapters. And excuse me. And well, yeah. And also it has a little nice feature, goals. You can create goal, and you can mark accomplished ones and not accomplished ones. And each goals can also be expanded and collapsed. And well, I just think it is extremely convenient. I use it all the time. It takes note taken to the next level. It is beautiful. It is genius. And I've imagined what would happen if I could combine the power of Emacs with the power and convenience of Evernote, which is a very popular online note-taking application. You can just log into it and type your notes and share it with and access these notes from any computer or device, and uh, put into them images and whatnot. And I also used it a lot when I had to work on several different computers, like one at home, one at work. And imagine the power of Emacs, being online, and you being able to store your data, store your notes, and access them from anywhere. And just, I think even this feature would be a killer feature. This would be so amazing. But the next feature will gonna completely blow all of the mind maps that, or not taking applications that exist out of that, just gonna kick their ass. Because the next feature is combining, excuse me again, next feature will combine the power of Emacs and the power and ingenuity of Houdini and ideas of several networks. As you can see, just like org mode has several levels of for node taking, Houdini has several levels of nodes, and I saw this little, not very useful, but kinda interesting idea in the online application that turns your text that you type in here again in several levels into a mind map. And I thought, well, this application is very simple. It just you type in text and it creates mind map for what you typed. You cannot really use it because you cannot edit nodes and they just float around and being beautiful, but it is not useful for coming up with ideas and thinking and stuff like that. And you can see that you can type some text and press draw mind map and it will create additional node. And I thought, imagine what if connection would work both ways. For example, you can edit text and it will, without any pressing buttons, turn into node. And when you edit nodes or rearrange them, it would edit text and rearrange the text here. Imagine the power if and convenience that would give you combined with several levels of subnetworks. For example, if you're writing book, you can create 3 basic nodes for the 3 parts of your book, and then you can dive into subnetworks and create for each of them chapters and subchapters and chat and etc. And that way you can combine your information in a very beautiful way. So the last feature that I wanted to discuss is different kinds of nodes. For example, in MindMapping applications, there's just one kind of node. There's like little thought bubbles that has some text in it that represents your idea, and you can create branches, etc., and have a large scale view at your project. But all of the nodes are of the same type. It's just title, little text, and in good mind mapping applications you have nodes that you can type about each node. But I had an idea that each node could be not just of the same type, but like in Houdini, each node can represent different little applications that allows you to accomplish some little idea, some little thing. And for that, I need to tell you about a little bit about Edward de Bono, the creator of just huge amount of books about lateral thinking and creativity and etc. And he came up with a lot of very interesting tools and ideas about how to be creative and how to make new ideas. And for example, you just can, if you're interested, you can read about him in Wikipedia. And besides the bonus, there is a lot of articles that you can find on the internet that are called like 30 thinking tools, 30 ways to come up with new ideas, and imagine what if because I'm so obsessed and interested in idea generation tools, I could choose the best of them, just the most powerful that I personally use every day, and make nodes based on them. I could create a list of tools that you can use and that will like creative thinking prompts that will help you to guide your thinking, and in case you stuck and run out of ideas, it will ask you some simple question or give you some little hint that will help you to become unstuck and to come up with new ideas. And these nodes will not just be generic title and contents of text, but they will each represent some will each have some purpose. They will each of them will represent a particular stage in the creative process. For example, idea generation, information collection, and then jump is a tool that the Bono created. I don't gonna explain, just read about it. It's worth reading. So yep, this is basically what I wanted to say. Each node is a little application, and this is the last core concept idea that just gonna make this application so freaking badass. It's gonna be extremely amazing, and well, yep, this is what I wanted to say to you. Let me look at my notes. Yep, a lot of helpful tips and tricks and thinking tools that can be used to generate creative ideas. And yep. So this is the idea of my little application. I right now working on my awesome website. Look at that. Just look at that. It's online already. Look at how beautiful it is. Cool freelancers helped me with design, and this will be a blog about neuroscience and technology and startups. And while making it, I will learn a lot of Django and stuff like that. And this visionary application will be my first startup, which I'm incredibly excited about. This will be so freaking powerful, that will make a lot of people happy, and hopefully it will make me rich, but whatever. Uh, so this is it. I just wanted to tell you about it. And well, have a good day. Peace.